Hi guys, today we are going to do a tutorial on a chocolate cake with chocolate ganache, and this is going to be a pig in mud cake. So for this you will need some chocolate ganache, a chocolate cake, some chocolate fingers and some pink icing to make the little piggies. So we'll get started. So first of all, we're going to make up our chocolate ganache. Now in here, I have 150 millilitres of double cream, which I have brought to a simmer, and I have 150 grams of this is milk chocolate, because I prefer milk chocolate to dark chocolate. Even if the milk's in it, I particularly don't like the dark chocolate. So all I'm going to do is pour this over, and then we're just going to whisk in until all the chocolate has dissolved. And it does take a little while, and it does look like it's curdling, but it's not. So we keep doing this, and once this is all dissolved, we're going to set that to one side and concentrate on our cake. But I wanted to just show you how to make up our, and you can see it's starting to go. And obviously we can't put this straight on the cake anyway, because it's just literally too runny. So what I do is I sit it aside just for a little while, just so it starts to harden a bit. And I'll say we keep just stirring and stirring until all the lumps have gone. And I also, to help in that process, instead of just breaking it up into the cubes that you get of the chocolate, I then use a knife and I just chop it a little bit finer. So as you can see, we're getting there with our chocolate. Smells lovely. So we just keep stirring. It is a bit laborious, but you know, we need to do that. So we just keep going. And you can use a whisk for this as well, but I like stirring it with the spoon, or you could use a fork to break out. Oh, I'm just going to press down some of the lumps now to see if I can't get them going a little bit more. You bring your cream up to a simmer, not a boil. You do not want your cream to curdle. And as you can see, well, we've still got a few lumps. Set this to one side, because like I said, it's a little bit too runny to pour onto our cake. So we're just going to get, so now we've got our cake, and like I said, this is a chocolate cake, and what I've done is I've buttercreamed rather than using the ganache. I find the ganache can be too much with all the chocolate that goes on it. So I've just buttercreamed the middle and the outside, but we haven't done the top. And then we're just going to take our chocolate fingers, and we're just going to push them on. Now I have left a gap, because obviously I don't want the, if I put it down there, the ganache is going to run. So I've just left the gap, and then we can go around and fill them in a little while. And I have used, I can show you here how I fill it in. Now I'm just using an ordinary knife, and I'm just going to fill it in. And you can actually put a ribbon around it to hide all of that. I have used Kit Kats as well. And then what I did with the Kit Kats is I just rubbed the Kit Kat logo out of them. So I've got another pack. I'm guessing you'd need about 3 or 4 packs of chocolate fingers. So now I'm just going to go round and I'm just going to use my knife and I'm just going to manoeuvre some of them up because some of them are a little bit shallow. You could even use your chocolate ganache to stick them down as well. Right, so now you can see we've got our kind of barrel shape, and then all I'm going to do is get our chocolate. I'm just going to measure up how much I need. And I'm just going to use that, and I'm just going to use it like that, and I'm just going to push that in. That will also help bring it up a bit as well. So you just basically get the idea. I'm just going to clean down my sides. And then we come on to our ganache, and you can see now it's quite more soft now, more consistency to use it as we need to. And like I said, you can use the darker chocolate, but I'm not a great lover of dark chocolate. And then all I'm going to do with our ganache is I'm just going to pour it on, and then using the back of the spoon, I'm just literally manipulating where I want the chocolate to go, as you can see. Waste not, want not. I'm going to put that all in. And my son will love licking that bowl later when he's allowed in. Clean off my board. So on the whole, I used used 3.5 packets of chocolate fingers. I'm just going to clean them away now. So you can get the idea of our cake, and you can see it looks like mud on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bit of ribbon, just so we can hide our little gap here. And I'm just going to get the idea on how we would cover our cake, like so. So now we're going to get some pink icing out of my magical stash. And I'm just going to knead it with my fingers, or my hands I should say. I'm just going to get my knife, and we're just going to make some bums, which are basically rolled up pieces of fondant like that. And then with my knife, I'm just going to put a little bum in. And I'm just going to get some fondant. Again, I'm going to roll it in my hands, and then I'm going to roll it out, and we're just going to try and curl up. To make a little piggy tail. We can stick this on, and then I'm just going to plop it on our cake. So it looks like our pigs diving into the mud. And then I'm going to get some more fondant. And I'm just going to taper this out. And what I mean by tapering, I've made kind of like a pear shape, and I'm just pushing. And that's going to be our piggy's belly. And then I've just made a little bit out of the head. So I think that might be a little bit too big. So you can always cut off and roll out again. So, and I'm just going to push down and push up because we want the belly to be quite fat. And then here again, I'm just going to roll out a little bit of fondant. And again, I'm just pushing in. And I'm just pushing in, like so. And then with my cocktail stick, I'm just going to do a little belly, and then I'm going to make some ears. Again, I taper like, so I rub on the sides and then I'm just pushing down. And then I'm going to cut into the diamond shape, and then just using my knife, and I'm just going to pinch the top of his ear. And then again, and I just push it down, cut into the diamond, do the ear. Oh, and I did it around the wrong way. Do the ear, and then I'm just going to push it down like so. I'm going to get my black marker, and I'm just going to dot some eyes. And then I'm going to get my pink fondant again, and I'm going to roll it into a ball, and then I've pushed it in between my fingers. And then I'm going to take our cocktail stick again, and I'm just going to insert 2 tiny little holes for Mr. Piggy's nose, and then he can sit on our cake as well. And then I'm going to make 2 bits of feet for him. Again, pink fondant icing, roll into the balls like so, although that one's a little bit fatter. And then all I'm going to do, marzipan knife again, just going to make it out like he's got a pair of trotters, and we're going to place that onto our cake like so. And then I think we're going to do another bum, and you can do as many of these as you want. So again, a little bit of fondant, roll up into a ball. Oh, it's not going to go this time. Cut it in half, and then we're just going to manipulate it into a piggy tail. And we're just going to pop it on like so, and then we're just going to place again in, we're going to do another pig, and this time our pig's going to be on his back. So again, ball of fondant, and this time we're going to squash, not too much, just a little, and we're going to use our cocktail stick, and we're going to make another hole, and then we're going to, and this one's going to be laying down. Take a little bit more fondant. So we're just going to push that down a little bit. And we're going to do his ears. So a ball of fondant. Taper it in. Just using your hand, I'm just running it along. Push it down, cut the sides, using my knife, just pushing through. Try and get it to form a pig shape. I think that's a little bit too big, so we'll go with a smaller piece. Trial and error, please. You know, you can see sometimes I don't get it right straight away. Let's push down, taking my knife, cutting, and that looks a bit better. In fact, that looks a lot better. And then I'm just going to push it in. Again, I'm not using water for this, but feel free, this isn't moving, it's not going to travel. My son and my husband are going to eat this as soon as they get in. And again, push down. And we're going to take our marker again, and this is an edible food marker, so don't worry, and you can buy this in all good cake shops, on Amazon. So we're going to take a bit for his nose, and I'm just going to push it down again, and again I'm going to take my cocktail stick, and we're just going to make a little snout for him. And we're just going to pick him up and plop him on our cake like so. So you can see. And then we're going to make some feet. So again, another ball of icing. You want to make these into little balls. That one's a little bit too big. Again, you know, you're not going to get it straight away. Take your time. And we're just going to do our little picky feet again. And we're going to plop them on. So it looks like he's wallowing in the mud. And I think we'll make one more bum. And then we'll be coming on to our last steps. So I've taken some fondant and I've just rolled it out again, same way we've done. In fact, it might be a little bit too big. And then just roll it out, same way as we've done all our other bums. And I'm going to put a little line in the middle. And I've got a little bit left from other pig's tail. And I'm just going to stick it on. And this time I think I'll make it sticking out a little bit. That's it. Alright, so, and then I'm just going to plop that on. And I think we'll put that here. Last step is to just make it a little bit more like the pigs have actually been moving around. So all I've done is taken my cocktail stick And I'm just going to make some lines and indentations into our cake. And this will give the feeling that our pigs are actually wallowing around. And you can do this when this is a bit harder as well. And then I think I'm just gonna take the bowl that we had, and I'm gonna take my paintbrush and I'm just gonna dry that off a bit, because I don't want them, because it's sitting in the water, I don't want it to, and I am literally just gonna paste some of the mud onto our piggy's bottoms, just so it looks like they've been wallowing and they're enjoying themselves, basically. I'm just going to pop it there, and I'm just going to plop a bit onto his ear, and maybe a little bit on his face. Okay, so, well, here's our pigs in mud cake all done. I really hope you enjoyed our tutorial on this cake. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the button below. Alternatively, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram with Cake Decorating with Danielle. And thank you for watching.